Okay. So let's do that. And I think Byron, I think that's yours.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone, Chairman, and members of the board. The 2029 Metropolitan Transportation Improvement Program is a listing of all the projects programmed in the Winston-Salem urban area. This document is a subset of the 2045 Metropolitan Transportation Plan and reflects the programming included in the state's Transportation Improvement Program. As project schedules, funding, and programming is modified, these changes are reflected in our MTIP. Included in the materials are the changes, modifications, and deletions of projects. This includes the addition of Davidson County bus shelter installation capital, statewide 5311 program modifications, as well as modifications to accelerate construction interstate maintenance work on I-40 at the request of NCDOT. These amendments are going to be made available for the public review from April 12th, 2021 to May 13th, 2021. At the May meeting, we'll take action on these amendments. I'll be happy to answer any questions.
Very good. Members, this will be an item on our agenda for our May 20th meeting to look at any questions for Byron before we, I think Mr. Alameen is on his way. Very good. Thank you, Byron.
No problem.
Mr. Chairman, if I could just interject, we're going to need one more member besides Mr. Alameen to have a quorum. We still need 2 folks at this point.
Oh, goodness. Well,
Do alternates count?
I've been counting the alternates, Councilmember Larson.
Okay.
Just to give an update, we don't have anyone here besides Mr. Alameen. We don't have anyone from Clemens, Rural Home, Midway, Tobaccoville, Walkertown, Wahlberg, Davidson County, or Stokes County.
Let me see if I can reach out to my friend, Mr. Waite.
Does that mean we get their funding?
You know, we can sure change it around, I would believe. There's one item I'd like to move around, that's for sure. Well, members, I appreciate your patience on this. I know we've got, reason we're having a special meeting is we have a couple of timely items that have to be disposed of today.
John Waite said he'll be on in just a minute.
Very good. Thank you, Jenny.
Yes, sir. Glad to help.
And that should get us there, right, Kirk?
Yes, sir. If we have that and Mr. Alameen. Also, just to remind everyone that we are live on YouTube at the moment. So, Mr. Chairman, I'm not sure if you want to go in and I know we didn't have any formal staff reports prepared since this is a special meeting, but I'll go ahead and take this opportunity just to remind folks everyone's ethics requirements are actually due today at the close of business. So again, I would encourage all the folks who haven't done that yet to go ahead and submit your statement of economic interest for the 2021 calendar year.
Or we'll call you out by name, right?
We'll do that next meeting.
Next meeting, okay. Again, thank you all for your patience. Well, well, well.
John Wade has joined.
Very good. Welcome, Mayor Wade. Thanks for being here.
Sorry about that.
That's not a problem. We've been having a very enlightening discussion about Clemens. Appreciate you giving up all your funding for the next year for projects. It's very kind.
I'm sure.
So are we still waiting for Commissioner Alamane?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I got a note that he just left the commissioners meeting and is in the process of joining us, I hope.
Mayor Horn, is Pat Ivy on the call? I can't see when I look at participants.
Jenny, I did not see him.
Okay.
He will not be on the call today.
Okay. I just had a quick question for him. I'll shoot him a text. Thank you.
One of the commissioners is sending the Canadian Mounties to see if they can't track down Commissioner Alamane. Kirk, who else did you say we might be able to reach out to?
Mr. Chairman, we do not have representation from Rural Hall, Midway, Tobaccoville, Walkertown, Wahlberg, or Davidson or Stokes County.
Okay. Members, we really did a tracer on Commissioner Alamane, so
I'm going to try and fix my camera and jump off and jump back on real quick. So I'll be right back.
do that then. I think that'll
Sorry,
help.
can you hear me?
Mr. Alamane, Welcome.
Yeah,
Good to see you. Good to hear you. Sorry to.
Our county commissioners meeting going at the same time today, unfortunately.
Yeah, sorry to pull you out of that, and we appreciate you breaking and coming to us because you are our quorum member this afternoon. So thank you very much for your consideration. Okay. Then let us go ahead and call to order our specially called meeting for April 15th, the Transportation Advisory Committee. As you know, this meeting is being held virtually because of Governor Cooper's safe at home orders. TAC members who are participating all of you are participating virtually, and you will vote by roll call. And at that time, when it's required for you to make a vote, you'll be recognized by Kirk to state your vote. Kirk, do we need to have a roll call right now to get the quorum on the record?
Yes, sir.
If you would, please.
Mr. Joins. Mr. Larson. Present. Mr. McIntosh.
You're muted, Matt.
I'm sorry, Mr. McIntosh, I didn't get that. We can see him, so that's good enough. Mr. Elamine.
Present.
Mr. Cross.
Present.
Mr. Rogers.
Here.
Mr. Waite.
I'm here.
Ms. Fulton.
Present.
Chairman Horn.
Present.
Ms. Finney.
Present.
And Mr. Clark.
Present.
That's a quorum.
Very good. Thank you, Kirk. Once again, one reminder, if you would, if you're not speaking, if you'll go ahead and mute your microphone. We still have a number of open microphones that aren't muted. There we go. Thank you very much. Members, you had a chance to review our agenda prior to coming to this meeting. This is your reminder that if you believe you have a potential conflict of interest with any of the items that are coming before us today, please let us know, and we will excuse you from voting on that particular issue. Are there any members that believe they have a conflict of interest? Very good, thank you. Kurt, do we have anybody who wishes to make a public comment today?
We do not.
Okay, thank you. Members, you've had a chance to review our minutes from the March 18th TAC meeting. Are there any corrections, additions, or deletions? Not will entertain a motion to approve.
Move approval, Mr. Chairman. It's Allen.
Second, McIntosh.
Very good. It's been motioned and second. Any further discussion? Kirk, please call the roll.
Mr. Joins said yes. Mr. Larson.
Yes.
Mr. McIntosh said yes. Mr. Elamine. Mr. Elamine. We'll go ahead and move on. Mr. Cross.
Yes.
Mr. Rogers.
Yes.
Mr. Waite.
Yeah.
Ms. Fulton.
Yes.
Chairman Horn.
Yes.
Ms. Finney.
Yes.
And Mr. Clark.
Yes.
Motion is unanimous.
Thank you, Kirk. Victoria, welcome. I believe you have the next item on our agenda, which is consideration of our federal congestion mitigation air quality call for projects.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chairman. Congestion mitigation and air quality is a federal program that funds transportation projects and programs in air quality, non-attainment, and maintenance areas to help achieve and maintain national standards for air quality. NCDOT is the administrator for this program in our state, and funding is apportioned based on the population in non-attainment and maintenance areas, and also the severity of the air quality problem. For fiscal year 2022, NCDOT allocated $1,794,028 to the Winston-Salem urban area MPO. 2 candidate projects were submitted for funding consideration. The Winston-Salem Transit Authority requested $920,000 for their night, Saturday, and Sunday service, as well as $874,028 for replacement of buses and capital items. No other projects were submitted. The Office of Environmental Assistance and Protection has evaluated both projects to determine the daily pollutant reduction in kilograms. They use a series of computer models that estimate the average emissions for different types of highway vehicles. The proposed projects this year are projected to yield a daily reduction in pollution ranging from 29.37 to 192.2259 kilograms. I'd be happy to answer any questions you might have.
Very good. Any questions for Victoria? If not, we'll entertain a motion to approve these projects.
Mr. Rick Cross, move to approve.
Lemaine, second.
Very good. We have a motion and a second. Thank you. Any further discussion? Kirk, if you please call the roll.
Mr. Joins,
Yes.
Mr. Larson,
Yes.
Mr. McIntosh,
Yes.
Mr. Elamine voted yes, Mr. Cross voted yes, Mr. Rogers,
Yes.
Mr. Waite,
Yes.
Ms. Fulton,
Yes.
Chairman Horn,
Yes?
Ms. Finney,
Yes.
Mr. Clark.
Yes.
Motion carries unanimously.
Thank you, members. We have, I believe that's an affirmative from somebody in my room, and I'll try to get him to be quiet. Our next item is a public hearing, and this is for consideration to our amendments to our comprehensive transportation plan for the Winston-Salem urban area MPO. Byron, I believe this is your item also.
Good afternoon again. On January 21st, 2021, the Winston-Salem Urban Area MPO adopted the Comprehensive Transportation Plan Update. The CTP is a multimodal long-range planning document which is not physically constrained and identifies the community's transportation visions to 2045. Staff worked with VHB consultant firm on the update of this document. As a state-required document, this was reviewed by the Transportation Planning Division of NCDOT. For their review, we are submitting the following amendments and modifications to the CTP update plan. These changes to the plan will update the maps following the CTP 2.0 standards, include project descriptions and summary statements, as well as an updated inventory table which reflects these changes. This also updates the plan to reflect the most recent amendments to the state's Transportation Improvement Program, or STIP, on projects and schedules identified in our area. The public review period for this document was held March 12th, 2021 to April 11th, 2021, with a public hearing scheduled for today. I'll be more than happy to answer any questions on this item.
Thank you, Byron. Members, again, just a reminder, if you keep your microphones closed while you're not speaking. Members, this is a public hearing. Kurt, do we have anybody who is online and wishes to address the TAC?
No, sir.
Very good. Then we will close the public hearing. Members, your consideration. I guess that's another way to say we would entertain a motion.
Motion to approve, McIntosh.
Second. Joins.
Very good. We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Kirk, will you please call the roll?
Mr. Joins voted yes. Mr. Larson,
Yes.
Mr. McIntosh voted yes. Mr. Elamine,
Yes.
Mr. Cross,
Yes.
Mr. Rogers,
Yes.
Mr. Waite,
Yes. Yes.
Ms. Fulton.
Yes.
Thank you. Chairman Horn,
Yes.
Ms. Finney,
Yes.
Mr. Clark.
Yes.
Motion is unanimous.
Very good. Thank you, members. Byron, I believe you have our last action item on the agenda for today, and this is consideration of our 2029 MTIP program and amendments. Mr. Brown?
That might help. Sorry about that.
There we go.
Good Good afternoon again. The 2020-2029 Metropolitan Transportation Improvement Program is a listing of all the projects programmed for the Winston-Salem urban area. This document is a subset of the 2045 Metropolitan Transportation Plan and reflects the programming of projects included in the state's Transportation Improvement Program. As schedules, funding, and programming is modified, these changes are reflected in our NTIP. Included in your materials are the modifications, additions, including various statewide program funding delays for Salisbury Ridge Road and Salem Parkway for additional time for planning, Division 9 safety funding amendments, as well as Part 5310 and 5307 funding allocations. These amendments are going to be made available to the public for public comment from March 12th, 2021 to April 17th, 2021. No comments have been received this far. If any comments are received after this date, we will bring them to you at the May meeting. I'll be more than happy to answer any questions about this item.
Members, any questions for Byron? If not, we'll entertain a motion.
Ms. Cross, move to approve.
And second.
Thank you. Is there any additional discussion? I will, as representative of the TAC and a member of the Louisville Town Council, will express my concern that the Louisville Clemens widening enhancement project has been postponed to 2028. We believe that this is a critical project for our community. In addition to a number of residential developments that are increasing traffic volumes on that road. We have a new community center that's getting ready to open, and that will add a significant volume of traffic to that road. So I do intend to vote yes for this, but I would like my reservation expressed in the minutes. Very good. Is there any other discussion? Kirk, if you call the roll, please.
Mr. Jones?
Yes.
Mr. Larson?
Yes.
Mr. McIntosh?
Aye.
Mr. Elamine voted yes. Mr. Cross voted yes. Mr. Rogers?
Yes.
Mr. Wade?
Yes.
Ms. Fulton?
Yes.
Chairman Horn?
Yes.
Ms. Finney?
Yes.
And Mr. Clark?
Yes.
Motion carries unanimously. Thank you.
Very good. Thank you, members. And that concludes our action items for the day. Again, I appreciate all of your all's patience to hang in there. And Commissioner Alabine, thank you very much for breaking out of your commissioners meeting. I know you have a lot going on there as well. Folks, are there any other issues to bring before the TAC this afternoon? If not, we'll go through the long, laborious process of doing an adjournment. Is there a motion, please?
Motion to
Mr.
adjourn.
Mr. Horn, we don't need to do the roll call for a motion to adjourn. We can just move by acclamation.
Oh, I'm so disappointed. Very good. Then the chairman will make the motion to adjourn this meeting by unanimous acclamation if there are no objections. If not, again, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. We are adjourned.
Have a good afternoon. See ya.
Good afternoon.
Everybody.